Welcome back, everyone, to Crash Landing, the hardcore questing mod pack that puts us on a dust planet and says, have fun. So, in between episodes, I have been doing a whole lot of sifting and a little bit of work here inside the ship. I've removed a lot of the blocks here. I've put a lot of them in here. But I've also been expanding the roof a little bit. I built a second survivalist generator, and I've got a hopper here that I can just throw my leaves into that hopper. It's constantly making me water. Then over here I've got the fluid transposer that's taking the water, and it's making us some water bottles. And speaking of that, I guess I have some bottles on me. And so this generator is definitely starting to catch up because we're not getting as much water as we're putting into bottles. So later on I may have to see about transferring some of that power over here, but that's going to be possibly here in a little while. So food has started to become an issue for me, and this is because of Hunger Overhaul. Now at the very beginning of this map we have a period of time that Hunger Overhaul gives us some leeway, and then we start to have what are known as diminishing returns, where if you eat something more than 5 times in a row, it becomes less and less nourishing every time you eat it, and it goes from 100% to 80, 60, 40, 20, and finally down to 0, where if you eat something at 0%, it will give you absolutely no hunger. So we're kind of at that point right now. Now, I have been very lucky here in what's been going on. I sieved a little bit of dirt, and I got some peanuts and some sugarcane seeds, and this is actually all that I've gotten. So I've picked up a little bit of stuff outside. I got some spider eyes, I got a little bit of sugarcane, some peanuts, some apples, and as you can see, I've eaten the peanuts 3 times, apples 5 times, so they're only 80%. The rice cakes are 80%. And so we've got to do something for hunger. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look in the quest book because there are some quests here for hunger. So let's go into our basic survival, and we have over here cooking utensils. So right, this is simple. If you don't want to be stuck eating bits of monsters and wriggling things off of trees, you must make some kitchen utensils. Be creative when trying to decide what to eat. Take some time looking up the uses for your raw ingredients. There are surprising amounts of different foods to choose from. So we need to make a mixing bowl, a mortar and pestle, a juicer, and a cutting board. So let's take a look at what we've got here, and I was just looking at some blocks here for decoration. So we needed a juicer, mortar and pestle, cutting board, and what was the last one? A mixing bowl. Okay, so we can see the things here. So the cutting board, we need an iron ingot, a stick, and a plank of some sort. For the mortar and pestle, we need 3 stone and a stick. For the mixing bowl, we need 3 planks and a stick. And for the juicer, we need a stone and a pressure plate. So I do have some stone here in my inventory. And so we're going to get this real quick. We're going to grab the last piece of iron that I have smelted. And we're going to start with making a couple of sticks, because we're going to need those, and then we'll need a few planks as well. So we need the plank, the stick, and the iron ingot, and we get our cutting board. We need a stick, well, we'll just put a couple of them there. So we need stick and planks for the mixing bowl, stick and stone for the mortar and pestle. Then we need 2 stone to make our pressure plate, and then we need a pressure plate and a stone for the juicer. So let's take a look at here, and that'll give us a pot. So we're going to claim that reward. Okay, so now, stalking eyes. Okay, zombie jerky is bad, I know. Still, you're alive, and that is what counts, right? Well, I have another recipe for you. I'm afraid it's not much better, though. So you take 1 bone gotten from those nasty bow-wielding skeletons, combine that with a pot and a mixing bowl, and you end up with 3 stock. Good as an emergency food, but it is also an ingredient as well. Okay, so we need to take, I think we have a bone here somewhere. Yep, we have 1 bone. I guess I'm going to drop some of this dust in here. I went out and did a little bit of digging so that I got some dust, and yeah, I forgot to clean it out. So we need that, this, and I don't have any salt. So let's grab some salt. So we need a pot, a bone, and some salt. What was the other thing? Oh, and a mixing bowl. Or is it just a mixing bowl? I don't know. Okay, combine a pot, mixing bowl, and a bone, and you get... Okay, so we will take our mixing bowl. I could have sworn that was salt, but okay. And a pot, and we get stock. Okay, so let's see what it says now. So I can't believe this. Okay, you have your stock. If you want to make it more nourishing, if not more appealing, drop it into a pot with a spider eye. Disgusting, yes, but it will keep you fed. So we have our spider eye here. Whoops. So we're going to go ahead and make our soup here. So we get our spider eye soup. So that will give us 4 more spider eyes. So this will give us a little bit more food, and that kind of ends that quest chain a little bit. We're going to go ahead and make a little bit more of this spider eye soup here, and that's going to be what we're going to eat here real quick. And that'll give us a little bit, so you can see this gives us 1.5 hunger. That's the best thing we've had so far. That'll get us back out of starving and actually into peckish, so that's pretty good. So the next thing that we can do, and this is something that I just know from experience with this, we'll take a little bit of bone meal here, and we will bone meal our rice a little bit, get a little bit of rice, and then also we're going to take our peanuts, we have our sugar cane and our apples, and this is going to give us a really good food. So first off, we're going to take our rice, and we're going to combine it with the mortar and pestle, and that gives us flour. Okay, so we've got 4 pieces of flour. So now we're going to come over here, and this is going to be an unfortunate thing. We're going to take this bottle of water, and originally this recipe gave you the bottle back. However, now turning that bottle into fresh water deletes the bottle. But yeah, it happens. So now we take the mixing bowl, fresh water, salt, and the flour, and that gives us dough. So we're going to go ahead and toss that into our furnace. We're going to throw in a little bit more sticks there, and yes, I've been making charcoal, and actually I should probably drop a little bit of this charcoal into this generator here. So now the next thing is we need to take our juicer and the peanut, and we will make some peanut butter. Do you see where I'm going here? So the next thing that we need a little bit of our iron, because we're going to have to make a saucepan now. So we're going to go ahead and toss this back, and we've got almost all of our bread cooked, and wow, the game is just lagging. Okay, well, we are going to try not to die here. Ah! I want that bone. I wouldn't mind having a few more spider eyes, too. Ooh, little spider. So unfortunately, we did not get any spider eyes there. However, we are going to quickly look around here. We got a few more bones, some arrows. So that's good. Just take a little look around here, see if we can find any resources. And I think we might try to take on this creeper. Okay, so a little bit of gunpowder is always good, even though we get it from sieving the dust. So I don't really see anything else out here, which is a bit unfortunate. Now I have cleaned up a lot around the ship and removed a lot of the dust. But, oops, wrong spot. So now our bread is cooked, so now we're going to go ahead and, well, we're one short on our bread. But so we're going to toss in a piece of charcoal here. We're going to grab some water for our camel pack. And, yeah, we got to get this done right away. Here pretty soon we should be able to make another camel pack, and we won't have to worry about that so much. But so now the next thing, we need to get this iron smelted up, and we are going to make a saucepan. Okay, so the saucepan is made with 1 iron ingot and 1 stick. So we will go ahead and make some more sticks. And we should have 1 iron ingot by now in here. We've got 4. So we'll put our 1 iron ingot in our stick, and we get our saucepan. So now with the saucepan, we can go saucepan, juicer. I guess we gotta turn our sugar cane into sugar first. We get our saucepan, our juicer, an apple, and our sugar, and we get some apple jelly. So we're getting pretty close here. So now we take our cutting board, a piece of bread, our juice, and our peanut butter, and this gives us an apple jelly sandwich, and it gives us back a glass bottle. So that's how we get our glass bottles back, is by making jelly sandwiches. Now this thing gives us 4 hunger. So that is absolutely great. We have all of the ingredients to do this, and it'll be our main source of food, and we can use the other things just to go in between, because we have to eat at least 24 hunger worth before Hunger Overhaul resets on an item. So that's where we're at right now. Downstairs we have a little bit more space here, so I've got the apple tree here. I've kind of pruned it up a little, and we've got a couple of ripe apples here. And then we have our tree that we use for leaves and wood. So I need to do a little bit more expanding here, but in order to do that, I have to make it to where the dust doesn't fall down. Or I can go even further down still. And I haven't decided yet which one I'm going to do. But I'm going to start working on getting some sugar cane and peanuts, bread, and things like that, so that we can get some more sandwiches going on. And I will be back after a little bit. So I've got a couple things going on here now. First off, I built one of these Java Better barrels to put all of my dust in. That way when I'm sitting here sieving dust, if I run out, I can just grab some more. And when I'm done, I can throw whatever I've got left back in there, so that makes life a little easier. And I removed a little bit more of the inside of the ship, just trying to make a little bit more room. I was going out and trying to kill some mobs so that I could get some more bones so that we could complete the next quest. And I had some potatoes dropped, so we have a couple of potatoes now too. And so now we're going to go on to our next quest in the quest book, which is our tools of the trade. And I guess while I was digging up dust, I must have gone to the what has gone before, and that was just to go to a location and then to come back to the shuttle. And I didn't even realize that I had done that. That doesn't give you anything, but it does unlock these log entries, which gives you a little bit of backstory of the map, and I'm not going to bother looking at those right now. So that also unlocked making a killing. So we have dirty deeds and done dirt cheap. And for anyone that doesn't understand the AC/DC reference there, I'm sorry. But so we need to kill some mobs here. And so yeah, that's going to be something that we'll take care of as time goes by. The Enderman is probably going to be the most difficult, but I'm not really too concerned about that one right now. So what we need now is the tools of the trade. So we already did our bone shovel head and our bone axe head when we made our mattock. So now we need to make a bone crook and a stone hammer. And it looks like I'm getting hungry again, but we'll deal with that later. So the bone crook is the same as the regular crook, just made out of bones. And then we have our stone hammer, which is 2 sticks and 2 cobblestone. And one more thing that I'm going to make real quick, I'm going to go here and make some wooden bowls. Then I'm going to place a bowl and some bone meal, and then these 4 smooth stone, and make a watering can. Now this watering can, if I come over here and click it on this source block of water that's in here, now I should be able to, well, I didn't quite get it. So we'll get up here, click on the source block of water, And now we'll be able to sit here and water our crops. Now that will increase the growth rate of the crops, and that'll help us to get a little bit more food a little faster. So since we've got these potatoes here that just showed up, I'm going to toss those in the furnace, grab a little bit of wood, make some sticks, and go ahead and cook up those potatoes, and we'll have some baked potatoes. Well, actually no, let me pull those back out. I just remembered something that we can do with those. So we can go, I can't remember for sure, but if we look at NEI here, back up here a little so that we're not overheating, we'll look at the uses on potatoes. So we can use salt, stock, and potatoes to make potato soup, or we can go, well, we can't do the bakeware yet, but I'm pretty sure that with a potato mixing bowl and a pot, we can make some stock. So I can make myself some potato soup and some spider eye soup with that. So I'm just going to quick do that here. So we need the potato, the pot, and the mixing bowl. We get that. Then we add the salt. What was the other thing we needed there? Stock potato pot. Oh, the potato. Duh. Okay, so that gives us a little bit of potato soup. And then we will have a little bit of hunger there. That gave us 2. We'll grab this sugar cane because that's something that we're still not quite getting enough of. Then we'll grab a couple of spider eyes. This is going to solve our hunger for a little while again. So we'll go ahead and drop these back off here. And we'll drop off these tools here. We'll be needing this stone hammer here really soon because we're going to have to start getting some other things going on. So now if we take a look at our quest book, we've got all of that. So that's going to give us a full guard pattern. Oh, we've still got weapons. So now we need to make a bone knife and a blade and a bone crossbar. So let's go ahead and come into our stencil table. We need the crossbar and the knife blade. Alright, so let's go ahead and grab some bone meal here. And we will make our bone knife blade, bone crossbar. And then I think it's going to ask us to make some armor next. So we'll manual detect those, and then we have to make wooden armor, which this is kind of junky stuff, but oh, we don't have enough wood currently. So we'll have to revisit that here in just a second. So I will gather up a little bit of wood, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so I've got the logs that I need here to make that wooden armor, so I guess I should get in the crafting grid. So we will go ahead and make us a chest plate, a helmet, a pair of boots, and a pair of pants. So we're never going to use these, they cause your temperature to go up, but at least we'll get the reward, and we have the choice of a bronze axe head, an obsidian arrowhead, or a red heart canister, and I think that's kind of a no-brainer for anyone that's dealt with Tinker's Construct. So that opened up a few other things here. So we have the firing it up, which we've already completed, which is asking us to make a slabbed furnace, which we made right away. So we can get a cantaloupe seed here, some cold water bottles, which those are kind of pointless anymore. The iron ore dust would be nice. And I think that we could probably get this cantaloupe seed elsewhere because it's not going to do us a lot of good right now. So we're going to go ahead and take this iron ore dust. We'll get a hopper, an autonomous activator, and a couple of pneumatic servos to go with this. And that will really help us out. So now we've got a couple others. So now we have the Hunger Games. Well, things are looking a little less desperate. Maybe still, without a stable food supply, you won't last long. I think that's supposed to be you can use a watering can to help grow crops. Rice seeds can be sifted from dirt and grown with bone meal. Remember, you cannot till dirt into farmland if there is no water nearby. This is a mistake that a lot of people make in this map as well. However, we didn't need to sift dirt for that because we got it from a quest. But so this is going to give us some toast and an orange sapling, and then we can choose some of these others here. And I'm not sure what we're going to choose, but so I need to do a little bit of water canning here, and I'm going to go ahead and grab this dirt as well. And so let's take a look at what else we've got for quests here. So we've got Night Fright, which is another one of those to kill some mobs, and we'll work on that as time goes on. Let's see here. We have Even Hotter. With a furnace up, you can now take your next step. Look by the port engine, the one not currently on fire. Apparently the water reclamation leaked a little, and it has turned some of the dust into clay. Dig it up and make a crucible. Stick a torch under that, and not only can you melt cobble to lava, but you can smelt ore dust into ingots if you provide it with a faucet and a casting table or basin. You can use the crucible like a mini smeltery. Shift right click to place a faucet. It only takes blocks, not dusts or broken pieces of ore. If you've saved the pyrotheum by the broken engine, you can use that to heat your crucible. Also, you can make cast by pouring gold over stone parts. So this is what we're going to do next. Now I've already dug up that clay, so we have that here, and we need to make some porcelain clay. So we're going to go ahead and take, we need 7 of these, so there's 7, and the clay. There we go, there's our porcelain clay. And then we make an unfired crucible, and then they want an unfired clay bucket. Okay, so I think we're going to take the ingot cast here. Alright, so we have metal dust, so this wants us to smelt what it lacks in water. This place makes up with metals. We can start getting some serious infrastructure going if we just spend a little time sifting the dust all around. So we need to make 4 of all of these ingots, and that'll give us another flux capacitor that's powered, and then we can get a hardened energy cell or something like that. In fact, I'm not sure what these hardened energy cells are worth. I know they take some Invar. We're not quite ready for that one yet, but let's take a look at what else we've got here. We've got blending ores. Until you get a smeltery going, which could take a while, you need some way to make Invar blend. If you don't mind a little bit of manual labor, there's a solution readily available. Simply place the ingots you wish to grind in the grindstone and insert the crank. A few right clicks will soon pulverize the ingots. As a note, when the crank stops and refuses to turn, the process is done. Continuing to right click at this point may break the crank. Also, this process may not be automated. So this is just I think this is applied energistics. So that's something else that we can work on. So I think first we're going to work on getting this Hunger Games done. So I'm going to do a little bit of work here, growing some crops, and I will be right back. Okay, so we're ready to take care of those quests. So we've got here, we need 10 rice and 10 rice seeds. So if we take a look here, I've got 30 rice here and 3 rice seeds. So we'll just put 7 of these rice into the crafting grid. It'll turn them into seeds. Guess we got to shift click that. And then we can come in here, manual submit, and more seeds. Okay, so now we've got a bit more to do here. Okay, well, things are looking at... Okay, that hasn't changed. If you want more... I think that's supposed to be variety in your crops. Then what? Oh. Okay, then what sifting dirt can provide, you will need some grass. Right-clicking on a grass block with a mattock when you are more than 4 blocks away from water will give you seeds. It will also turn the grass back into dirt. Be careful to leave at least 1 grass block to allow the rest to regrow over time. So now we need to sieve some dirt and get some grass seeds. So we'll go ahead and come back over here to this blending ores. And so nose to the grindstone. Okay, that we've already read all of this. So we need to make a grindstone and a wooden crank. So I've moved a little bit of things here. I put down the autonomous activator that we just got to automatically sieve the dust for us, but we still have to pick it up manually. And right now this thing is full of dust, but I have it turned off because it tends to fill my inventory with garbage. So I moved the crafting table up here so that it's out of the way. But so for this grindstone, first we need to make a wooden gear, and that's just 4 sticks around it like that. Then we put the gear on top. We go some Certus quartz crystals like that, some smooth stone like that, and then cobblestone on the bottom. That gives us the grindstone, and then for the crank, we just make an upside down L, and there we go. So there's that. Now, mixing things up. So they want us to make some Invar blend, Tinker's Alloy blend, which is bronze, and electrum. So what do you do with the pulverized metal? You mix it together with other metals to make blends, 2 iron and nickel, only available by sifting gravel and sand, make Invar. A gold and silver make electrum, 3 copper and a tin make Tinker's Alloy, also known as bronze. So we've got a little bit of stuff to do there. So neither one of those is quite ready to finish, so I think we should take a look at getting this metal dust finished up here. So we need gold, copper, tin, lead, and silver, and we need 4 of each of those. So we're going to go ahead and just grab all of these that we have 64 of here. We already have the iron taken care of. So we're going to go ahead and craft all of these into their ore sand or ore dust blocks. And then we're going to come over here to the furnace, and we're going to cook 4 of each of these. And so I'm going to take care of that, and when I'm done with that, I'll go ahead and bring you back. Okay, so we're ready to finish this metal dust one. So this gives us that hardened flux capacitor, and I know these leadstone thrusters are pretty hard to make, but I don't foresee us needing a jetpack anywhere in the near future. And I think by the time that we do need it, we'll probably have plenty of resources to get that. This hardened energy cell, on the other hand, could come in really handy right now because we are having a bit of a energy problem with the one generator not putting out enough power. And so we can take a little bit of power from the one and put it into the other. So we're going to do that real quick here. So this generator is almost completely full of power, and this one's completely empty because we're using non-stop power here. And this one here, whenever it runs out of bottles, it can't go any further, and pretty soon we're going to have a full chest of water bottles here. So first thing that we're going to do here, we're going to grab a little bit more charcoal here, and we're going to put, I don't know, 4 or 5 charcoal in there. Then we'll go ahead and go into this thing and set on its configuration. That's the top. The back to be blue, and so now that's pulling power out of that generator. Once this thing's got some power, then what we'll do is we'll just wrench it up and move it right in front of this transposer and let it dump power back into that. And actually, we should probably pull those saplings out of there. Yeah, I'm putting the saplings over here right now. So we've got all these ores. So I think we're going to go ahead and start working now on the... Oh, I can't remember what that one was called. Oh, well, we've got a whole bunch of more quests opened up now. So maybe we should look at what we've got still to go. So we've got melting leaves. So 1 bucket of water. Okay, oddly enough, if you toss leaves into a crucible, they will melt down into a little bit of water. No, I'm not sure how that works either. You don't get much, but it makes investing in shears early a good idea. Well, we're way ahead of these quests, so that's no big deal. Task where the play. Okay, so we need to make a bucket and fill it with water. And that's going to give us back the bucket and give us an extra water bottle and an oak sapling. Well, we already have our oak sapling, so we don't have to worry about that. But so we are going to go ahead and I think, yeah, actually I have 3 iron on me. I forgot I was going to make a bucket anyway because we were going to see about moving that blazing pyrotheum. So we're going to come over here to the fluid transposer. We have a bucket of water in here, so we're going to let that thing fill up. And there's our bucket of water. So come back over here out of the heat and manual submit and claim our reward. So that takes care of that one. So now we have moving things around. Now this is one that I would really like to get going here. Well, with your settlement getting more and more complicated, it is time to set up the plumbing. Okay, so we need to make a fluid duct, an item duct, and a leadstone energy conduit. So these take lead and tin, lead and copper. Yeah, I can't remember all of it for sure. And I know we need some redstone. So we'll go ahead and grab some redstone. So we need to... Yep. We need item duct, fluid duct, and oh, that's not quite gonna do it. And oh wait, is that fluid duct? No. Oh well, that's part of the problem. Okay, so item duct, fluid duct, and I think we can just go conduit. Okay, so for our leadstone conduit, we need some glass. So we're not quite ready for that one yet. But in the meantime, we can make some of these others. So we've got the item duct, which is 2 pieces of tin and 1 piece of lead. So we will go ahead and make one of those. Then we have the fluid duct, which is 2 pieces of copper and 1 piece of lead, and we'll make that one as well. So that takes care of those two. We're going to have to get the next step set up already if we're going to continue on. So we need to quickly run over and grab our blazing pyrotheum out of the inside of that broken engine. Here, let me throw this back in here. And then we're going to grab a couple of bottles of water. We need some water. And man, we are heating up fast. I'm not entirely sure why we're heating up so fast. Alright, so I guess we shouldn't really bring this with us, so we're going to go ahead and drop this off. And we are going to see about killing these spiders here. Ooh. So this ought to give us a little bit of spider eyes and maybe some string. But we got a lot of spiders around here. Been a little while since I've killed these guys. So that looked like a tough spider. Oh, creeper. Didn't see that guy, and we've got a ghast floating around here too. And yeah, these ghasts, they are bad news. So we're going to quick come over here, and what we're going to do is, well, first off, we're going to dig up just a little bit of dust here so that we can get up in the air, because we don't want this stuff to set us on fire. That would be very bad news. Okay, and then this stuff happens to be right behind this spot, so we're going to break this, and then scoop this stuff up. And immediately get it off of our hotbar, because while that stuff is on our hotbar, it has an incredible temperature effect on us. So we've got this blazing pyrotheum. Well, what are we going to do with it? Well, that crucible that we built just a little bit ago, right here, and we're going to go ahead and grab, well, we'll just leave it at that for now. But this thing has the ability to melt down cobblestone, which actually we should grab a little bit of cobblestone here. We need, we'll just grab 5. That's how many it'll hold. So what we need to do here with this is get a heat source for it. Now we can use a torch for that, but a torch only gives us a 1 speed on the melting. Well, lava works too, and it gives us a 2. Well, blazing netherrack will give us a 3. This blazing pyrotheum gives us 0.7 millibuckets for every tick in the game. So this is more than twice as good as blazing netherrack. So it will rapidly melt this cobblestone down into lava for us, and then we can go ahead and get a cobblestone generator set up, and this is what I have really been wanting to get going. So we're going to let that melt down, and I'm going to take a look at the time on the video, see how things are going, and I will see you guys in just a little bit. So we're out of time, guys, but before I go, I'm going to just show this real quick. So we're going to go ahead and make ourselves our cobblestone generator. So we need to dig out a space here for our water, and then a spot for it to flow into. So we're going to put that there. And then we're going to dig out a spot here that's a little bit deeper. And in the bottom of this, we are going to put a chest. And then we're going to take the hopper that was given to us a little while ago and point that into this chest. Well, here, we're going to pick that water back up for a second. So we're going to point that hopper into that chest. So now we're going to put the water back in here, and we have our bucket and a quarter of lava here. And we're going to take this and drop it right there. So now this will create cobblestone. So now what we need to do, I'm not entirely sure if that is safe, but what we need to do is get our autonomous activator right here. So let's see here. Yeah, that's still covered, so we're okay. So we're going to put our autonomous activator right here, and we can put in that, we can put the pickaxe here that I have, and that will, I guess if we set this to left click, that will create cobblestone. And because it's on top of a hopper, it'll immediately suck that up. Now, if we don't want cobblestone, we will put in these stone hammers instead, and this will instead give us gravel, because the hammers on cobblestone will make gravel. So one thing that we are going to do here right away is take one of these pieces of cobblestone, and we are going to cover that lava, because anytime that I am cutting trees here, I don't want to accidentally fall into that lava. So, yeah, that will take care of our needs for cobblestone and gravel. And we've got our power issues well under control. We've got some good food going on here. I've made quite a few of these apple jelly sandwiches. I've got a bunch of potato soup, so we should be good on pretty much all of these fronts. I think now we're going to have to start looking at some automation and expanding our area of operations here. We may need to look at getting a mob spawner set up, or mob grinder, because, well, we are in need of some killing of mobs and things like that. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the episode, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. Let me know if you have any comments about the series or any ideas of what you'd like to see me do. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.